Hi friends, welcome to episode 202 of, what is the name of this thing again? Fiber Town. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad you're here. I have lots of things to share with you today, and just prepare yourself. I think it's going to be quite disjointed. I'm having a hard time writing show notes. I don't know why, I just am. So I have some general categories, which include works in progress, spinning, sewing, and acquisitions. And there's some weaving too. And other stitching that isn't sewing really, but anyway, yes, this is what it's going to be like today. But welcome. My name is Emily. I've put everywhere you can find me in a little square in the intro. And yeah, as I said, today is the 26th, I didn't say this yet, the 26th of October 2017. It is my Aunt Shasha's 65th birthday. Happy birthday. I don't think you watch, but happy birthday. And yes, I'm here in my kitchen. Alice is here. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have a lot to share with you. I turned 45 last week, so I have some birthday things to share. But let's start off with works in progress. Hello, Alice. I might show you Alice's face later, but I have too much stuff around me right now to get her up here. I think I'll start with this. This is my Brunsfield vest. This is an Isolde Teague pattern. And let me tell you, color work is not as straightforward as you might think at first in terms of color choices. I envisioned this vest quite differently at the outset. I'm not unhappy with it right now. I think I really love it. But you guys know that I had originally planned for like a navy blue instead of a lavender. This is much better. But I originally didn't plan to have the yellow be so dominant. And I've actually changed things up a bit. I have two very slightly different colors of gray, and you can see in this band here, I've alternated which gray is dominating. I've also alternated the placement of the gray in every other band with the X's. See a difference? It's so complicated. This whole color theory stuff is much more complex than you may originally think. And have you watched the Fruity Knitting episode where she has, is it Hazel Tyndall? The Fair Isle knitter from Shetland, who's extremely accomplished with color selection and just a very slight color placement change can make a huge difference in the look of a finished piece. And I'm also finding that a swatch doesn't really give you an idea of what it might look like in a large piece. See, it's quite interesting. Anyway, as I said, I'm not unhappy, but I originally planned for this to be much more gray dominant than it really is. And for that reason, I ended up having to order some more of this mustard color from the Woolly Thistle. And this is Jamieson and Smith 2-ply jumper weight, which is a wonderful wool yarn from Shetland. Yeah, I have started the steeks. So I have the neck steek. This is a V-neck cardigan. Let me show you. I have some, here it is right here. That's the steek started right there for the V-neck. And I've only ever done like a front button band steek. So this is new to me, as well as the armhole steeks. There's the first one. There's the second. So yes, the Woolly Thistle got my mustard yarn to me very fast, and I was able to pick this up again. And I think that if I sit down and really crack on with it, I will have a vest very soon. There was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, you know, as much as I really enjoy playing with the colors, it has kind of humbled me, this whole experience, in terms of playing with colors. And I sort of regret not doing it in natural colors because I feel like there's a lot more room for error. They all seem to be more or less the same value. Some of them might be super contrasty and some of them might not be contrasty enough. but I think chances are it will look a lot better in natural colors. You're more likely to get a good result. That said, I don't think this is a bad result, and I think it'll be very fun to wear. So yes, Jamieson & Smith yarn, 2-ply jumper weight, and the woolly thistle. The woolly thistle, that's where the yarn is from, and it's an Isolde Teague pattern. Okay, so the next work in progress, they are socks. This is the finished one, and this yarn is Wandering Wool, and it's a BFL nylon nep blend. This is my second one, and I'm doing a Hermione's Everyday sock, but only down the leg. I'm not doing it down the foot. It just doesn't really sing in this yarn. US 1.5s, 64 stitches until about halfway down the leg, and then I'm switching to 60 because the Hermione's pattern really does add girth. Width. Excuse me. So that's in one of my hand-woven bags. And then I have this. This is my starting point, which is a Joji Locatelli pattern. And folks, I don't think this is going to see completion. I just don't love all the colors together, especially this yellow. These are all superwash merino bases, and I was really excited to get them out of my stash. But yeah, no. Definitely not. It's kind of the colors of Pennywise from It. Am I right? That's, you know, I don't want to insult Pennywise. But just no. Just no. No. So that's going to come off the needles. I gave it a good shot, and no. Yeah. I do have, before I move on, I'm not sure where this fits in terms of category. It is kind of what I'm wearing now and what I usually wear, and the problem with that. So let me show you what I'm wearing. First, this is my Breathing Space by Vera Valimaki. It's with Blacker Tamar, which is super nice, and a speckled hedgehog. That's what I'm wearing now. And what I wear constantly, and I have worn this for the past, I'm going to tell you when I knit this sweater. And I'm going to tell you what happened to it. So this is a breezy cardigan. I just want to see when I made this according to my Ravelry notebook. I started this in 2011, finished it in 2012. So it took me about 9 months to knit. So I'm gonna say this was born in 2011. So 6 years, is that right? Did I do the math right? And I was cuddling my 10-year-old on the couch last week, and the dog jumped up and decided to join in, and I was wearing this sweater that has gotten near constant usage since 2011, 2012. Woo, making me pale. And I kind of did like this to avoid being, I don't know, stampeded. And I heard it, didn't think much of it, but it turned out that part of my bind off broke. Yes, indeed. This is Volmisa lace. I think I have some somewhere, and I really need to fix this. Because I have another breezy cardigan on the needles, but it's nowhere near being done. It's in here. And it's out of this wonderful Blacker yarn, St. Kilda. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this is all I have knit so far. Yeah, so I'm going to try to fix my breezy cardigan. It should be fairly straightforward to fix as long as I can find the yarn. So that's a what I'm wearing now mini blip. Now I want to show you what I've been spinning. Really only one thing. And this, I have to say, my spinning stash has been changing considerably. And I sort of destashed quite a bit lately. Last week I had lunch with friends and I took a giant basket of yarn to destash to them. Just gave it away. Excuse me. So my stash is really now just things I really love. And it's still fairly big, but my spinning stash now consists mainly of fleeces. And there are a few braids of, you know, regular braids. Not all superwash. This one was. This is from kimdyesyarn.com. It's superwash targhee Robert Lord Grantham. So this was fun to spin. I do enjoy spinning targhee, and it's not too slippery in the superwash form. And this is it. Very pretty. I just spun a long single and then chain plied it because that's the easiest. So not sure what it will become. It's very pretty, very nice. I don't remember the yardage. Usually I write it down. Probably 300 some, I don't know. So really my spinning stash has dwindled down significantly. And that's okay with me. Lots of wool to spin still. That's all I've done spinning wise. I have done a little weaving. And I've woven hand spun scraps. And in fact, this just came off the loom. I got a loom stand for my birthday. And it's made a huge difference in comfort when I'm weaving and warping, I think. Anyway, hand spun scraps. I haven't tied off the edges at all. I haven't washed it, but they always look so funny on the loom, and then I get it off and it's just, oh, it's pretty. Very unusual plaid combinations. This is North Ronald's yarn. That was a fun spin. I have some of my very, very first spinning in here, and it's this stuff over here. Let's see. Here it is. There it is right there. It was a merino blend, I think. So a few nice memories of yarns I've spun in here. This yarn right here, I was a gift, this fiber. And I remember spinning it in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I think my son was maybe 2 or 3. And we were there for a conference. And when my husband was at the conference, I spent hours on this playground with my kids, who were both very young at that point. So it was a long time ago. And I had a big spindle, and I spun this really fun, just spun while they played. And so that's a nice memory, which is inside now this weaving. Let's see, so sewing. I just finished this, a little bit of stitching. This is for my husband, who teaches French literature and philosophy and language. And so I just thought this was appropriate. Lately, we've been feeling this a lot, not about each other. This is a reference, this means hell is other people in French. And it's a reference to Huis Clos, which is a French novel. It's actually a play, Jean-Paul Sartre play. And yeah. So it's a little bit of subversive stitchery, kind of tongue-in-cheek, because it's very sort of kitschy, like twee little. It's a twee thing. It's twee, not twee. Twee. Oh my gosh. It's a twee presentation of kind of a pessimistic sentiment. It's just funny. So I'm going to give that to him. And more stitching. All the other stitching is Halloween related. So I have a son who is going to be Link from The Legend of Zelda. I drafted everything here, and with varying degrees of success. So it's just good that he's only going to wear these for a few hours. This is the tunic. Oh my gosh. It's not so great under the arms. The rest looks good. But I did some nice processes in here. As I said, I drafted this myself, so it's a V-neck. And I'm not even finishing most of the edges. I'll probably, See, the edges are all raw. Maybe I'll pink them. But I did do a facing for the V-neck. Look at that. I made a facing. It doesn't even go all the way around, just in the front. But it sits in a really cool way on the shoulder. I don't know if you'll be able to see that from me holding this up. No, probably not. So I'm going to, I did do some buttonholes, small ones, and I'm going to put a little leather-ish lace there, which he requested. So this is Lynx tunic, and it goes over top. Here's the leather cord, which is actually just cotton. And it goes over these leggings, which I need to reinforce because he pulled them on really roughly and popped a seam like right off the bat. So he's really afraid that his the crotch seam is going to come undone when he wears them. I'll zigzag. I'll do a zigzag stitch, so it'll be less likely to come undone, but you need to be gentle when you put them on. So I need to finish off the elastic waist, and yeah, that'll be his Link costume. Oh, I do need to sew the hat. That's on my list for today. So he'll be wearing that tomorrow at his school's Halloween parade. And my daughter is going to be, well, her group of friends is going, they're all dressing in the fashion of a certain decade of last century. So she got the 50s, and she's going to wear a poodle skirt because that's what you do when you're the 50s for Halloween. So I drafted a circle skirt with her measurements, and this thing stands up by itself. It is not wool felt because that would have been incredibly expensive. So it's polyester, which was cheap, but I'm like, don't stand near any open flames while you wear this. Anyway, it fits great. I need to make the poodle and applique it and do the leash. Very simple to make. You can find a lot of, formulas for making circle skirts online. I use this book, which is a great book. So Many Dresses, So Little Time by Tanya Whelan. Really great formulas in here and patterns. You can mix and match different skirts and bodices, and it's really great. So she'll be wearing a red scarf, probably around her neck or around a ponytail. And then I whipped up a lark tee in white. She'll probably wear like chucks with bobby socks on her feet. Yeah, so this is a lark tee in white. I haven't done the hemming on this, but she won't wear this till next week on Halloween itself. So lots of sewing and pattern drafting with varying degrees of success. What did I want to tell you? I have bought several sewing patterns. I want to make the True Bias Lander pants, which makes me incredibly nervous, but also excited. And what else? The Sew Over It Cocoa jacket, which I think would look great with the Lander pants. And the Greenland Studio Archer shirt, which is a button-down shirt, which also makes me nervous because I'm having a lot of issues with buttonholes in general, and my thread just sort of getting stuck. And what's the fourth pattern? Goodness. Yes, the Helen's Closet Blackwood cardigan, which is made out of a knit fabric, and even a sweater knit fabric, which is a lot of fun. So what I've done, because those are all PDF patterns, is I'm trying something. I haven't gotten I just ordered the patterns, but I don't want to print them out and tape them together if I can avoid that. So I just discovered a service called, I think it's pdfplotting.com, and you can upload your PDF patterns and they will print them large format and roll them up and send them to you. And it's about $7 to ship 4 patterns to me, which is, if you buy one pattern, it's $7. If you buy, I guess they put them in tubes, so it's no big deal. I couldn't have done this with just one pattern. They require a minimum of $7 worth, which for me was 4 patterns. So it's a really good price, but you have to be able to have a lot printed at once. So it makes sense to buy patterns to make, your winter wardrobe and then have them printed. Now, traditionally, I'll either print them myself and tape them together, or I will take them to my print shop, and which I tried to do today. And they have a new machine, and the prices are double, at least doubled from what they used to be. So I'd rather use my local business, but they have made that impractical. Printing 3 patterns would have cost me between $50 and $60. So yeah, at least there's this to use as a backup, and I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know if I like it. I think that's it for sewing. So acquisitions, as I said, it was my birthday. It was my birthday. And not all of this is for birthday presents, but I did get some amazing swaps. I didn't ask permission to share the names with the swap things, and I'm not going to show everything in the swaps. And I've sent out a bunch of swap packages, and that's a lot of fun. Oh, here are my pierogi socks. I need to get those back on the needles. That's in my future. So a very unexpected package was this. Yeah, this is North Ronaldsy wool. I have seen this before, and I was very jealous. And a very good friend, lovely friend, surprised me by sending me these. These are amazing, amazing. They're a lot less kempy than my hand-spun North Ronaldsy wool. There is some kemp in there, but they're just super squishy and soft. And it's a 2-ply. And I think I might weave with these, like weave a wrap. She also sent me amazing buttons. Sending her a kiss. Love that. Now I got some other, I'm just going to show other bits and pieces from swaps. Oh my gosh, these are from Iceland, from one of my swap partners who went to Iceland and bought naturally dyed wool. These, okay, let me see. I think this, oh gosh, and she told me and I've forgotten. I know that this one was birch leaves, which is just beautiful. I feel like this one might be beets. Could be wrong. And then this one just picks up the colors of all of the others. I need to knit something cool with these. Have you seen the woolly wormhead hats that she's just come out with? It's a collection called Elemental, and they're beautiful short row knit flat. I think I have one started down here. I'll show you. Oh my gosh, this was from another swap. Some lovely koi goo and some lovely fabric. And again, this is not everything, but look at this. Look at this. This is a, oh gosh, what is this called? It's like a block printing. I think this would be amazing to dip in natural dyes and print onto fabric. Yes. This is from Blockwalla. It's got a little bell on it, which is lovely. Yes, and it has printing instructions. So the shop is blockwalla.com. I don't know if you can read that. There we go. I think that's so cool. Oh gosh, and then there were some great notions, like, can never have too many of these, am I right? And it's a little magnetic closure. I've already put some of the notions to use. These are just some of the ones. Look at this cool little box of stitch markers. Love that. So yeah, just amazing, amazing swaps. And I think I have, yeah, lots of teas, lots of goodies that I've pretty much already consumed. I have 2 more swaps coming, and I'm very excited. Okay, what else can I show you? Oh, this is an interesting bit of kit, as they say. This is a Fisherfolk bag from the Net Loft in Cordova, Alaska. It's a yarn store, and they have these waxed canvas bags, which are just perfect. And I have some friends who have this. It's American-made waxed canvas, and it's ideal. I needed a new bag, and this was a splurge, but I got it for my birthday. So it has a pocket for my sunglasses, a pocket for my water bottle, pocket for my phone and my keys, and then a big interior pocket for everything else, including knitting, of course. So that, again, is from the Net Loft. And yeah, it was a lovely birthday. I also got a Woolly Thistle gift card, and let me show you what I bought from her. So, I'm gonna excuse me for a minute while I have some smoothie. I want to make a Birkin. I also got this new making. I want to make a Birkin, which, FYI, most of the patterns from this are now on Ravelry. So let's see how much. It didn't take that long for this one to get online. So yes, the Birkin is by Caitlin Hunter, who is the current queen of colorwork sweaters, especially, well, I wouldn't say she's one of them. Caitlin Hunter, Jen Steingast, those are the two current big names. And why can I not find the color photo of the Birkin? Come on. It's really a beautiful, here it is. Really captured my attention, and it's the reason I bought this magazine. So I thought I would make it out of tuku wool, which is a Finnish wool, so Finnish landrace sheep. And I just thought this chocolate would make an amazing base color. This is gorgeous, kind of glossy. Finnwill is a medium wool, but it has a shine. And I've spun several Finn fleeces, and I adore them. And I adore knitting them. I adore the object that comes out of it. Knit hats, sweaters, big wraps out of Finnish wool, Finn sheep wool. So I have this colorway, plenty for the body and sleeves. And this is the colorway Anga. Now for the yoke, so it's gonna look a little different from the vision in the magazine, obviously. So I have this very, very lovely light pink, which is the Ujo colorway. I have this gorgeous green. I think this is Leto. And then I have these two. I'm not sure that they will both be used. Probably not. Definitely not this one. These were just gifts from Claire from the Woolly Thistle. But I think the blue really looks great. And then, or I could use, no, I think that blue looks great. Now I also have some, I think white would look really nice. Or this one. This is Cornish, no, probably not. I don't know, I need to swatch, don't I? Probably for some nice contrast, this one. So I'm very excited. Very excited indeed to have a tuku wool sweater. Ooh, this was another thing that came in a swap. All these good things in baskets. So the other thing I got from the Woolly Thistle that I got before my birthday, because I could not resist and it had sold out, most of these colors had sold out already, I got some Gotland wool, Gotland DK, and the colors are just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Got some of them, and this is the label, Blacker Gotland DK. And then I got, this is the Lightning and the Fog colorway. This one slays me. And I started knitting one of these woolly worm head hats. I think this is, it's not taupe. Can't remember, but look, this is how you knit them. And I just had to figure it out because it was German short rows, which I'd never done, and a sort of chart that I'd never done. So I really, took me a couple of tries to get it right, but there's the provisional cast on, and then you start to see these sort of leaves or flames form. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep it in this yarn. I think it's a little dense, but I think the possibilities are really cool. I think that's it, everybody. I have my daughter texting me. I should probably sign off here, but it's been great just sharing some of these makes with you, and I hope you all are doing really well. Till next time, take care.